Biotechnology has revolutionized many aspects of our lives, from medicine to agriculture. However, with these advancements come heated debates and controversies. In this video, we'll explore the major points of contention surrounding biotechnology, examining both the promises and the concerns. Whether it's genetically modified organisms, cloning, or gene editing, each topic sparks passionate discussion. Let's begin by understanding what biotechnology is and why it stirs such strong opinion. Biotechnology refers to the use of living organisms or their systems to develop products that benefit society. This broad field includes everything from traditional breeding techniques to cutting-edge genetic engineering. The rapid pace of innovation in biotechnology has led to incredible breakthroughs, but it has also raised important ethical, environmental, and social questions. Understanding the basics of biotechnology is essential before diving into the controversies it generates. Supporters of biotechnology highlight its potential to solve some of humanity's biggest challenges. From developing crops that resist pests and diseases to creating life-saving medicines, biotechnology offers hope for a healthier, more sustainable future. These innovations can improve food security, reduce the need for chemical pesticides, and even help address climate change. But with every promise comes a set of concerns that must be carefully considered. One of the most debated topics in biotechnology is the use of genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. These are plants or animals whose DNA has been altered to exhibit desirable traits, such as resistance to pests or improved nutritional content. While GMOs have been credited with increasing crop yields and reducing hunger, critics worry about their long-term effects on health and the environment. The debate over GMOs is complex and ongoing. Major controversy surrounding GMOs is their potential impact on human health. Some worry that consuming genetically modified foods could lead to allergies or other health issues, although scientific studies have not found conclusive evidence of harm. Regulatory agencies around the world continue to monitor and assess the safety of GMOs, but public skepticism remains high. This ongoing debate highlights the need for transparent research and communication. Beyond health, the environmental impact of GMOs is a significant source of controversy. Supporters argue that GMOs can reduce the need for chemical pesticides and increase crop resilience. However, critics worry about unintended consequences, such as the development of superweeds or harm to non-target species. The long-term ecological effects of GMOs are still being studied, making this a topic of ongoing debate among scientists and environmentalists. Another controversial issue is whether foods containing GMOs should be labeled. Many consumers want to know what's in their food and make informed choices. Some countries have strict labeling laws while others do not require disclosure. The debate centers on transparency, consumer rights, and the potential impact on food producers. This issue reflects broader questions about trust in science and regulation. The role of large corporations in biotechnology is another source of controversy. Companies that develop genetically modified seeds often patent their products, giving them significant control over the food supply. Critics argue that this can harm small farmers and reduce biodiversity. Supporters claim that patents incentivize innovation and investment. The balance between corporate interests and public good remains a contentious issue. Ethics play a central role in the biotechnology debate. Questions arise about the morality of altering the genetic makeup of living organisms, especially when it comes to animals or humans. Some worry that biotechnology could lead to unintended consequences or be used in ways that conflict with societal values. Ethical frameworks help guide decision-making, but opinions differ widely across cultures and communities. Recent advances in gene editing such as CRISPR have opened up new possibilities in biotechnology. These tools allow scientists to make precise changes to DNA, potentially curing genetic diseases or improving crops. However, the power to edit genes also raises profound ethical and safety questions. The debate over gene editing is just beginning, with many unanswered questions about its long-term effects. Editing the human germline, making changes that can be inherited by future generations, is one of the most controversial aspects of biotechnology. While this technology could eliminate certain genetic diseases, it also raises fears about designer bodies and unintended consequences. Many countries have strict regulations or bans on germline editing, reflecting deep ethical concerns about altering human heredity. Cloning is another area of biotechnology that has sparked intense debate. While cloning animals for research or agriculture is possible, the idea of cloning humans is highly controversial and widely opposed. Concerns include the welfare of cloned animals, the potential for abuse, and the ethical implications of creating genetically identical beings. Cloning remains a topic of fascination and concern in the public imagination. Biotechnology has transformed medicine, enabling the development of new drugs, vaccines, and therapies. Gene therapy, personalized medicine, and regenerative treatments are just a few examples. While these advances offer hope for patients, they also raise questions about access, affordability, and long-term safety. The medical applications of biotechnology are both promising and controversial. Major concern in medical biotechnology is ensuring that new treatments are accessible to all, not just the wealthy. High costs, patent protections, and unequal healthcare systems can limit access to life-saving therapies. This raises ethical questions about fairness and the role of profit in healthcare. Efforts to improve access and equity are ongoing, but challenges remain. Agriculture, biotechnology has enabled the development of crops that are more resistant to pests, diseases, and environmental stresses. These advances can increase food production and reduce the need for chemical inputs. However, concerns about environmental impact, corporate control, and the safety of genetically modified foods continue to fuel debate. The future of agricultural biotechnology depends on balancing innovation with responsibility. One criticism of agricultural biotechnology is that it can lead to monocultures, large areas planted with a single crop variety. This can reduce biodiversity and make crops more vulnerable to pests or diseases. Supporters argue that biotechnology can also help preserve endangered species or develop crops suited to changing climates. The impact on biodiversity remains a key point of contention. Biotechnology has the potential to improve food security by increasing crop yields and making food more nutritious. However, critics worry that reliance on biotech crops could make farmers dependent on a few large companies for seeds and technology. The debate over food security highlights the need to balance innovation with the interests of farmers and consumers. Environmentalists are concerned about the unintended consequences of biotechnology, such as gene flow from modified crops to wild relatives or the creation of new pests. Supporters argue that biotech can reduce the environmental footprint of agriculture by lowering pesticide use and improving efficiency. The environmental impact of biotechnology is complex and requires careful monitoring. Use of biotechnology in animals raises questions about animal welfare. Genetic modifications can improve disease resistance or productivity, but they may also cause unintended suffering or health problems. Animal rights advocates call for strict oversight and ethical standards in biotech research. Balancing the benefits and risks to animals is an ongoing challenge. Public attitudes toward biotechnology vary widely, influenced by cultural values, media coverage, and personal beliefs. Some people embrace biotech innovations while others are deeply skeptical or opposed. Effective communication and education are essential to building trust and understanding. The way biotechnology is perceived can shape policy and research priorities. Media coverage plays a significant role in shaping public opinion about biotechnology. Sensational headlines, misinformation, and lack of scientific literacy can fuel fears and misunderstandings. Scientists and communicators must work to provide accurate, balanced information to the public. Addressing misinformation is crucial for informed debate and decision-making. Governments around the world regulate biotechnology to ensure safety and protect public interests. Regulations vary widely, with some countries adopting strict controls and others taking a more permissive approach. The regulatory landscape is constantly evolving as new technologies emerge. Balancing innovation with safety and public trust is a key challenge for policymakers. Different countries have different attitudes and regulations regarding biotechnology. For example, the European Union has stricter rules on GMOs than the United States. These differences can affect trade, research, and public perception. International cooperation and dialogue are important for addressing global challenges related to biotechnology. Intellectual property rights, such as patents, play a major role in biotechnology. Patents can encourage innovation by protecting inventors, but they can also limit access to important technologies. The balance between rewarding innovation and ensuring public benefit is a contentious issue in the biotech industry. To address ethical concerns, many countries have established bioethics committees to oversee biotechnology research and applications. These committees bring together experts from diverse fields to evaluate the risks and benefits of new technologies. Their recommendations help guide policy and ensure that ethical considerations are taken into account. Social justice issues are increasingly important in the biotechnology debate. Access to new technologies, the distribution of benefits and risks, and the impact on marginalized communities all raise questions of fairness. Advocates call for inclusive policies that ensure biotechnology serves the needs of all people, not just a privileged few. Religious beliefs can influence attitudes toward biotechnology. Some faith communities support medical advances while others have concerns about playing God or altering the natural order. Religious leaders and scholars often participate in public debates, helping to shape ethical guidelines and policy decisions. Legal systems play a crucial role in regulating biotechnology. Laws govern everything from research practices to product labeling and intellectual property. Legal challenges can arise over patent disputes, liability for environmental harm, or the rights of consumers and farmers. The legal landscape is complex and constantly evolving. Biotechnology is a major driver of economic growth, creating jobs and new industries. However, economic benefits are not always evenly distributed. Some regions or groups may be left behind while others profit from innovation. Economic considerations influence policy decisions and public attitudes toward biotechnology. Developing countries face unique challenges and opportunities in biotechnology. Access to technology, capacity for research, and regulatory frameworks can all affect how these countries benefit from biotech advances. International cooperation and support are essential for ensuring that biotechnology contributes to global development. Indigenous communities often have unique perspectives on biotechnology shaped by traditional knowledge and cultural values. Issues such as biopiracy, the unauthorized use of indigenous genetic resources, raise concerns about respect, consent, and benefit sharing. Engaging indigenous voices is essential for ethical and equitable biotechnology development. Advances in biotechnology, especially in genetics, raise important privacy concerns. Who owns genetic information? How is it used and protected? The potential for misuse of genetic data is a growing issue, prompting calls for stronger privacy protections and ethical guidelines. Dual-use nature of biotechnology means that the same tools used for good can also be misused. Bioterrorism, the use of biological agents for harm, is a serious concern. Governments and scientists work together to develop safeguards and prevent misuse, but the risks remain real and require constant vigilance. Synthetic biology is an emerging field that combines biology and engineering to create new organisms or systems. While it offers exciting possibilities, it also raises new ethical, safety, and regulatory challenges. The debate over synthetic biology reflects broader concerns about the pace and direction of technological change. As biotechnology advances, it is changing the nature of work in many industries. New jobs are being created while others may become obsolete. Education and training are essential to prepare workers for the biotech economy. The future of work is closely tied to the future of biotechnology. Education plays a vital role in shaping public understanding of biotechnology. Schools, universities, and public outreach programs help people make informed decisions about biotech issues. Improving science literacy and critical thinking skills is essential for navigating the complex debates surrounding biotechnology. Individuals also have a role to play in the biotechnology debate. Making informed choices, staying updated on scientific developments, and participating in public discussions can help shape the future of biotechnology. Personal responsibility is key to ensuring that biotech advances serve the common good. Precautionary principle is often invoked in biotechnology debates. It suggests that if an action or policy has a suspected risk of causing harm, in the absence of scientific consensus, the burden of proof falls on those advocating for the action. This principle guides regulatory decisions and reflects society's desire to avoid unintended consequences. Public engagement is essential for democratic decision-making about biotechnology. Forums, consultations, and citizen panels allow people to express their views and influence policy. Engaging diverse perspectives helps ensure that biotech policies reflect the values and needs of society as a whole. Trust is a critical factor in the acceptance of biotechnology. Trust in scientists, regulators, and companies influences how people perceive risks and benefits. Building and maintaining trust requires transparency, honesty, and accountability from all stakeholders involved in biotechnology. Looking ahead, biotechnology will continue to present new challenges and opportunities. Emerging technologies, shifting public attitudes, and evolving regulations will shape the future of the field. Ongoing dialogue and careful consideration of ethical, social, and environmental issues will be essential for navigating these challenges. Despite the controversies, biotechnology holds great promise for improving human health, food security, and environmental sustainability. By addressing the challenges and engaging in open, honest debate, society can harness the benefits of biotechnology while minimizing risks. Hope and caution must go hand in hand as we move forward. Summarize: the controversies around biotechnology span health, environment, ethics, economics, and social justice. Each issue is complex, with valid arguments on all sides. Understanding these controversies is essential for making informed decisions and shaping responsible policies. The debate over biotechnology is far from settled, and continued engagement is necessary. As biotechnology continues to evolve, society faces important choices about how to use these powerful tools. Open dialogue, ethical reflection, and inclusive decision-making will be crucial for ensuring that biotechnology serves the common good. By learning from past controversies and anticipating future challenges, we can chart a responsible path forward. Conclusion: biotechnology is a field filled with promise and controversy. The debates it inspires reflect deep questions about science, ethics, and society. By staying informed, engaging in respectful discussion, and considering the broader impacts of our choices, we can help shape a future where biotechnology benefits everyone. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of biotechnology's most pressing controversies.